Alright, let's get through these ones quickly as I can. Ugh. Hey everyone, welcome to the top 10 list. Welcome to my top 10 worst Disney Channel original movies in my opinion. My god, I can't stress that enough because holy fucking shit, I'm going to piss a lot of people off in this video. I guarantee it, because a lot of people grew up with these movies, love these movies, and even kids nowadays probably watched a lot of these films and love these films, look up to these films, relate to these films, and I'm here to almost take a shit on all of that, and I really don't mean to. Like, this is all opinion. This is just my taste. I personally hate these fucking films. I hate them. I can't stand them. I hate everything that they stand for. It's like, ugh. I grew up on good kids movies, and honestly, these are not good kids movies, and yeah, I'm here to talk about them. Like, I was surprised that I liked or liked as much as I did for the best Disney Channel original films. These ones, it was hard to pick, like, a lot of my least favorites because I hate so many of them. But I managed to do it, and don't worry. I'm not going to go through them very long. Like, I'm going to try to make this quick as I can because the more I talk about these movies and bash them, I feel like I'm going to piss people off, so I don't want to do that, so let's just get to it. Here's my top 10 worst Disney Channel original films, and as always before our top 10 list, you gotta have your dishonorable mentions. My dishonorable mentions are Xenon the Sequel, Xenon 3, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody Movie, Teen Beach Movie, and The Swap. All bad movies, just give me the top 10 list. But doing my top 10 is my number 10. My number 10 is Princess Protection Program. Yes, this is with Demi Lovato and Selena Gomez, and I'm not really a huge fan of either one of these actresses. I'm not even really a big fan of their music, but they've had a good song occasionally, but I'm not talking about music. But as an actresses, they're not very talented. Demi Lovato's really not talented, but Selena Gomez, maybe she can be, but in this movie, it doesn't really show their talents, because it's so cliched, it's so pampered, it's just so meandering. It panders to all its audiences. It spoon feeds you answers, and it's all about looking pretty and looking elegant, and I don't want to be a princess, I want to be a real girl, you should be a princess and stuff, and getting the boy in the end. Like, there's nothing strong about this movie or just like anything remotely interesting. It's not funny, it's not really well acted. I didn't believe the chemistry between the two lead girls, and just I don't know, I really couldn't stand this fucking movie, and I don't understand why people like it, so yeah, one of my least favorites. Coming in number 9 is Jump In. This movie is about jump rope. It's about double dutch and jump rope, and why the fuck would you make a movie about that? Like, it's weird. It's got Corbin Bleu from High School Musical, and he's mediocre in those movies, and he's mediocre in this film. He's like this high school kid, he's cool and awesome, and he's a boxer, but then he wants to be in a jump rope competition. Why? I don't fucking know. And it's a lot about, skipping and jump rope and double dutch and stuff. And there's like a song, it's like, jump into the rhythm and stuff like that. It's a really bad pop song that was like the selling point of the movie, and it's just kind of dumb. It's really stupid, and I like that you can make really silly ideas and make a good story around it. Like, there's a movie called Aquila and the Bee with Lawrence Fishburne and stuff. It's about a spelling bee, but that was actually a legit great film and stuff. Had good characters and good meaning to it and stuff. And like, that's a silly idea to make a movie about a spelling bee, but they made it interesting because they had interesting characters and a good concept and a good characters and good actors and stuff. This movie has a silly idea, and that's all it really has, is a silly idea. It's about double dutch, and it's just about these boring teenagers you don't give a fucking shit about, and it's got bad acting, pretty sloppy writing, and just, it's so juvenile and silly, just like, wow, it's just, maybe if you grew up in this movie, I get you would like it, but honestly, watching it now as a grown adult, it's pretty fucking stupid. Coming in at number 8 is the Cheetah Girls 2. Oh, fuck. Oh, my God. Fuck this fucking movie. And fuck this entire band. And fuck everything. This movie's fucking stupid. I hate the Cheetah Girls. I hate their music. I hate their movies. I hate everything they stand for and how fucking materialistic and shallow and how girl power they are and stuff. I'm gonna really bash the first one because it's way worse, but this movie's so bad and so annoying. It's just a lot of tee-hees and oh yeah and girl and cheetah power, girl power, and all that shit. That's the whole fucking movie, and the whole movie feels like a music video. It's like them up in the camera, like looking at it like they're in a music video and stuff. I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? And it's so stupid, and just, you hate these characters, you hate this story, and just, nothing about this movie is likable or charming or funny. It's just fucking annoying. Coming in number 7 is Lemonade Mouth. This one I just watched like a week ago, and oh my god, was it embarrassing. I was cringing the whole time watching this movie. This movie was just so dumb. Like, it was so stupid, and I'm like, wow, this movie's fucking ridiculous, and yeah. It's funny, I think I watched this movie after I watched The Color of Friendship. And I watched this movie right after, and I'm like, wow, what a step down. This movie, it's about these high school kids, and they start a band called Lemonade Mouth. I don't know why it's called that, and they just want to talk about music, man. It's all about the music and the passion, man. And I'm like, well, no. Like, all their songs have nothing to do with passion, and they're trying to start a movement and stuff, and I'm like, they don't really succeed and stuff. And it's about them going against their principal, man, sticking it to the man and shit. I'm like, oh, God, shut up. This movie was so ear-bleedingly annoying, and just these characters were so irritating. This movie has, like, every cliche in the fucking book, and if it wasn't for Christopher McDonald, this movie would be in my top 3 worst of the Disney Channel films. But because he had a funny line here and there, it put it at number 7, but this movie was fucking garbage. Coming in number 6 is Halloweentown 4, The Return to Halloweentown. I talked about this movie in my ranking the Halloweentown movies. I hate this movie. It just flat out rips off Harry Potter. It's just like, you know what? Let's not even make a movie really about Halloweentown. Let's just make fucking Hogwarts. And for that alone, fuck that movie. Coming in number 5 is Can of Worms. This is a movie I actually saw when I was younger. I hated it as a kid, and I still to this day hate it. This movie tries to be like this really goofy, weird sci-fi film. It tries to be like another, like, Explorers, like, Flight of the Navigator, Last Starfighter, and kind of weird, silly sci-fi films like that, and it just fails. It's weird, it's kind of gross, it's not very interesting, it has a very weird main character that you don't give a shit about, and just, yeah, everything about this movie just fails completely, and yeah, again, like I said, hated it as a kid, still hate it now. Coming in number 4 is Sharpay's Fabulous Adventure. Oh my god, watching this movie made me almost want to put a nail gun to my fucking face. This movie was so annoying. Sharpay, again, I don't even like the High School Musicals, but she's easily the most annoying character in all those movies. No offense to Ashley Tisdale, but she is fucking annoying. And the whole movie is dedicated to her and how just a snobby rich bitch she is, and imagine a whole movie just about a snobby rich bitch and how perfect and amazing she is. Oh my god, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking, making a whole movie about her, but that's annoying. And I guess she has an arc, but it's just so forced and so stupid that, yeah, it just doesn't work, and yeah, this movie sucks. Coming in number 3 is Descendants and Descendants 2. Yeah, oh my god. Speaking of someone who loves Disney, loves the classic Disney animated films, the fact that they made live-action sort of sequels off of Disney Channel films, and it's so stupid. Like, oh, what if Maleficent had a kid? What if Ursula had a kid? What if fucking the evil queen from Snow White had a kid? And then the good people, they all had kids. Then they all went to school together, and it's all teenagers, and it's like High School Musical, but they're Disney characters. And I'm like, oh my god, fuck this movie. Fuck both these movies. They're just the most cheesiest and corniest things. Like, at least High School Musical had something to say. Like, when it was with those movies, there's some messages to it, but these are just lame excuses for Disney films. Like, they're like, oh, we'll just take the property of all those Disney films that you love, and we'll just basically make High School Musical again, but put Disney characters in it. I'm like, oh, go fuck yourself, movies. Coming in number 2 is the Cheetah Girls. Yep, the very first Cheetah Girls. This movie is an abomination. This movie is garbage. This movie's trash. I hate everything about this film. It has an awful message, a bad message for kids. I hated this movie when I was younger, and now watching it now, I think it's a movie that you should not show your kids. I think it has a horrible message. Basically, the message is, be mean to your friends. If you be snotty and rude, you'll get what you want in the end. And even if you don't try, you still will succeed. I think that is a horrible message. this movie is so bad. And it's about these girl bands, and all they do is say cheetah power or girl power or oh yeah. It's just them saying catchphrases for 80% of the fucking film, and yeah, it's just them. They're trying to start a band and stuff. Then when they get famous because they sing a really bad song, Raven Simone, she becomes like a bitch and is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be a solo singer. And then the girl's like, oh, that's not the Cheetah Girl way. Then they split up and everything, and then I don't know. They have to enter like this music talent show competition, but again they split up and everything. But then Raven's dog gets like trapped in a sewer. But then the Cheetah Girls meet up because it's like live breaking news. A dog's trapped in a sewer. Because yeah, that's live breaking news. Then they sing a song. Then the dog comes up. Then they do a musical number in the middle of the street. I'm like, wait, what? This is not a musical, but they do it, and then they win the talent show. Even though they didn't even show up to the talent show, they still win the talent show because they did a musical number at the fucking traffic jam. And I'm like, what? Fuck this movie. And then even like every time they sing and stuff, they look at the camera like they're in a music video. I'm like, who are they staring at? I get they're staring at us, the audiences, but this is a movie. It's not a music video. So when they're staring at us like they're talking to us, I'm like, what are they talking to? Are they just staring at a wall and stuff? It's really weird and kind of stupid, and just the message of this movie is just so disrespectful and just so unlikable and nasty. I hated every second of this shitfest of a film, and yeah, it's one of the worst. And my number one least favorite, and what I think is the worst Disney Channel original films is Camp Rock and Camp Rock 2. I'm not going to talk about these movies right now, actually. In January, look forward to this. In January, I'm going to do a whole video on Camp Rock and Camp Rock 2 and talk about how awful these films are and how I think they're one of the worst teen films, one of the worst coming-of-age stories, and one of the worst films about music I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, these movies are so bad and so disrespectful and just so shit. And the fact that some people grow up in these movies and love these movies and think they're amazing, there's something clearly wrong with them because they're fucking garbage. They're some of the worst things I've ever seen. And it would take a whole video for me to explain why I hate both these films. But until then, they're number one, and yeah, to be continued. So yeah, that's my top 10 worst Disney Channel original films. Hope you all enjoyed it. I doubt you did, but still, those are my least favorites. Say in the comment section below, please tell me what are your guys' least favorite Disney Channel original movies in your guys' opinion. Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.